Ladles and jelly spoons, welcome back to Badgerworks. Today, this. Oh, good grief. We're building a new PC. So this is what we're going to do today. So let's get on with it. So yes, we are building a new PC. This is for my daughter for her 16th birthday. She has a laptop. It's quite a nice laptop. It's a gaming laptop, but it's like 6 or 7 years old now, and it's getting a bit long in the tooth, and it doesn't play games very well, and you know, all that kind of thing. So we decided that we were going to build her a new PC. So she has had some input in this. She chose this case. It's like a blooming fish tank. It really is. It's glass on 3 sides. So the side, the front, and the top are all glass. So that's fine. I don't know if you can turn it round a bit. It actually has a nice bit of wood panelling on the front here. It's very 70s. A nice bit of faux walnut panelling. But there you go. So yes, we're going to start putting this thing together. This is an ATX case. It's a big case. I've not seen one in this configuration before, but it looks kind of interesting because it's got 6 fans in it already. We're actually going to replace 3 of these fans with a water cooling system, but we'll get to that later. So this one has feet underneath here. So it actually pulls air in through the bottom and then out through the side, which is kind of weird. Although it does have space for a fan on the back here, which we may or may not put in. I don't know yet. We'll see. I've got... So far, everything has been delivered today, apart from the hard drive, which is a nuisance because I've got an SSD to put in it, and it hasn't arrived. That's coming tomorrow. But it's her birthday at the weekend. It is now Thursday. I am working tomorrow, so we have to get as much of it done today as we can. So let's get the... Blimey, that's done up tight. Oh, get the sides off. That is... There we go. They have done those sides up tight, I'll tell you. Right, let's just crack those. Oh, they're not captive, that's nice. Right, I just want to make sure this side doesn't fall off. Do you know what's kind of funny though? I don't know if you can see it or not. Here, up here, I thought that was a crack in the glass. But it's not, it's just the plastic film, but it looks like there's a big chunk missing out of the glass, which scared the bejesus out of me when I saw that, because I was like, no, we don't want that. But it's fine, it's not. Right, how does this side come off? Like that. Right, now we need to find somewhere to put that nice and carefully so it doesn't get broken. Put that there. Right. Case features, screw kit, disassembly steps. I love the way they put the disassembly steps on the inside of the case. That's really helpful. But the interesting thing with this is, like I said, it's got these fans at the bottom, and so the power supply actually goes over here at the back. Let's move this camera down a little bit. You might be able to see it a bit better. It's really awkward to film this. I don't know how the hell I'm going to build this in front of the camera because the case is enormous. Yeah, it's got all of this. This is all for the switches. The switches are on the top, so that's fine. So that's USB. That's USB. Are they USB? Power LED, power switch, hard drive LED. Oh, there's the ones. That's the ones for the fans. So like I said, we're going to be taking some of these fans out because where those 3 fans are there, I've got a radiator to go in it. So that's fine. I need a little pot to put all these screws in. Right, hang on a minute. I'm going to have to move the camera, sorry. Right, that's better. So I've got this little plastic tub just to put all the screws and things in so we don't lose them. Right, how is that attached? Oh. Right. Let's get these screws out of here. Some nasty little cable ties, which we will probably not use. Oh, God, that was lucky. Right. Get rid of that. Put that over there. I brought a pair of clippers as well for, again, said cable ties. So I think the first thing we want to do is get the power supply in. So let's turn this around. Oh, so the power supply goes in here. So we need to, oh God, let's get this out of the way, hang on. Let's put that over there for a minute because we don't need that right now. Let's just move this back a bit. For a power supply, we have this. This is a Game Max for gamers who dare to win. Ooh. So this is a 750 watt power supply, completely modular. Modular power supplies are so nice because you don't have millions of cables hanging around that you don't need. Right, let's get this out of here. Oh. Right, how much unnecessary packaging have we got in here? More screws and cable ties. I mean, it's good that they give them to you, but you know. Right. Big thing of wires. Right, we'll worry about all that in a minute. Because we want this. Oh, come here, rat bag. Right. Let's pop that back in the box. So this is the power supply. All fairly normal and straightforward. So we want that round that way because we want that fan facing outwards. Because if we look at the side again, we have this nice mesh to get that fan going. Okay, so let's turn this round again a little bit. Oh. Right, there's some screws in here we can use. I have got millions of screws, but this is easy to use the ones that come with it, and then I just use my own stock if I end up dropping any of them on the floor or anything, which inevitably happens. Right, so let's get this in here. So there's a little lip down here that this can sit on, which is quite handy. Right, I'll just get that started. There we go. Birds on that bird feeder out there. I don't know if you can hear it, but they make a hell of a racket out there. Clattering and banging away. Right. The only trouble with these things, they powder coat them. Like they cut the threads in them and then they powder coat them. and so the threads get all full of powder coat, and sometimes it feels like you're cross threading it, but it's actually not. It's just right, that's fine. Yeah, it's just where there's stuff in the threads. Okay, so we've got another little box up here. That's for hard drives and things to go in, which we don't need because we're using an M2 SSD. So that will go onto the motherboard. Now we do need to get these fans off, so I think we might do that while we're here. I won't put the radiator in just yet. I'll leave that until we've got the motherboard in. But it's just, I might as well take these fans out because I can get rid of the wiring for them and everything as well while we're at it. Right, that's all of that. So now we can turn this back round. Oh, carefully. Right. Now we need to unplug this down. Oh. Right, how does this come out? Like that. Oh. Oh, come on. Right, we're going to need these because these are what we need to plug in the fans and everything to the motherboard. But we can take these 3 fans out. We probably need... So I say I can put one of them. There is space at the back here for a fan, so I can put one there as well if necessary. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to get the airflow going weird in here, because at the moment it's going to be coming in from the bottom here and then out through the side over here. So that's, I think, kind of what we want. So yeah, right, let's poke all this stuff back through here for a minute, because the next thing we want to do is get the motherboard in. So for our motherboard, we have this. This is a Gigabyte B650 Eagle AX. So yeah, socket AM5, DDR5. That should give us everything that we need into it. There we go. Right. I should mention, by the way, I have been taking electrostatic precautions. It's like I always try and keep one hand on the case, just somewhere when I'm doing stuff, because that just means you're less likely to short anything out. You can obviously get like wrist straps and all that kind of stuff, but I find usually it's just a case of you just keep yourself grounded on the chassis. That's more than enough. Right, this thing is huge. Right, let's just see how that's going to go in there. Right, we are going to need some more standoffs, which they do supply. Oh, get off. Right, so there's our motherboard. So it has, this actually has slots for 3 SSDs. So we will be using, oh, I just realized I went out of my way to buy an SSD with a heatsink on it, and there's already a heatsink on the board. So it's like, that's fine. That's all right. We'll worry about that when it gets here. Yeah, so fairly standard. It's got like support for Wi-Fi 6E, I think. So it does this like super fast Wi-Fi, which will be useful if we need it. So let's just put that down for a second, because what we need to do is we need to put some more of these standoffs in, which they do give you, which is nice. So we want one at the bottom there. Oh, come on, get it. One. Two. And 3. Right, let me go and get something to do those up with. Right, I wonder if this set has a socket to fit those. Oh, it only does, look at that. Lovely. This is a set, this came from Aldi. Middle aisle special, you know you can't beat it. So I could use my snap-on socket set, but honestly this will do for what we're doing. We just need to nip those up a bit, they don't need to be too tight. Because if you over tighten them, all you do is strip the threads out of them. There we go. Right. That's 5mm if anyone's interested. Right, so that's that. So now we can put, I think what we'll do is we'll put the CPU on the motherboard while we've got it out. I also need to look at how, oh, grief. There we go. Come on, get out. Right, speaking of said CPU, we haven't gone mad with this. So this is a AMD Ryzen 5. This is a 9600X. And so this is one that I got that does not have a, doesn't come with a cooler. So it's a little bit cheaper to buy. And the thing is, I knew I was going to be using water cooling. So it's like, there's no point having this, like the stock cooler, because there's just no need for it. Right, now this is the first time I've fitted an AM5, and I need to make sure I put it in the right way round. There's the arrow. There's the arrow. So what you've got, if you look here on the corner, you can see there's a little arrow. And if you look down here, oh, hang on, let's move that in a little bit more. Here there is also an arrow. That's how you know which way round to put it. All right, let's see if we can get this out of here without dropping it on the floor. There we go. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, look at that. So look, this does not have pins like a traditional CPU. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Right, so we drop that in there. Oh, I've just noticed as well, it's actually got two little locating pins on either side. Here and here, so you literally cannot put this in the wrong way round. That's really helpful. Right, and then we do this and we crank that down, not too hard, just nice and gently, and that hooks into there, and that, oops, steady, and that holds that nice and securely in place. Wonderful stuff. Now we can put the motherboard in the case. So let's get this box out of the way. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Oh. Right, that goes like that. Get that one started. Let's take that back out again. Right. So we want these nice little, fine threaded screws. And what we want to do is just put them in and just get them started until they touch the motherboard. We don't want to over tighten them yet or crank them down. We just want to get everything started so that we can pull the board down nice and square when we do them up tight. I can't see what I'm doing down there. I don't think that's in the hole. Stop laughing at the back. On there. And on there. Now we get to the really awkward ones at the front, which are always the most fun. Because there's one right up there in the corner that which I now cannot see because I've just put the camera right in front of it. And then we've got one more down bottom. There's a screw. Come here, you. And I think I've just done the same thing again. I've put the camera right in front of it because I'm an idiot. It's fine, it will work. There we go. Right, so now we can basically just nip that one up. And go up to this one. And nip that up. Come back down here. Nip that one up. top and basically just go around like in a circle and just nip everything up. And then we've got this one here and this one in the middle. And again, you do not need to do these tight. I mean, you know, do them tight, but you know, they're not really they're not holding a lot of weight. You don't need to go mad with them and start graunching on them, because all you do is rip the threads out. Right, so that, as they say, is that. So I think we can put our RAM in now. And for RAM, we are using this nice shiny DDR5 Corsair Vengeance. Hopefully you can see something on there. But so we've got 64 gigabytes here, so we've got two 32 gigabyte chips. So we want A2 and B2. So actually, if we look on here, if we look up here, you can see it says A1, A2, B1, B2. And if you look at A2 and B2, it says first, which means we need to put our RAM chips into those two slots first. Now, does this pull down or does it? Yes, it does. Because some of these, they only open up at one end. Right, now I've got to figure out which way around this goes so I don't break it. Because what they've done, which is really annoying, is they've put that slot, it's almost exactly in the middle, which is annoying. So, other way up. We'll do this one first. Just push those in until it clicks into place. There we go. That's one. And this will be two. That's it. Right, that's in. Job's a good one. So I think what we might want to think about doing now is looking at the heatsink, the radiator, because I want to put that in and then figure out how we're going to route all the cables and everything. So let me have a quick tidy up, get rid of these boxes, and then we'll get the radiator in and see what kind of space we've got to work with. Oh, now the fun really starts, because we've got to get this bloody thing in. So this is a Corsair Nautilus 360. So this is an all-in-one CPU cooler. 360 because it has three 120mm fans on it. So let me just get it out of the box. It's hilarious trying to do this in front of the camera. Hang on. Right. Yeah, the ones I put in my PC and my son's PCs, I think I did videos on them before. They were 240mm, so it's two fans, whereas this is 360, so it's three fans. So this thing should run like ice cold with any luck. It's kind of annoying. I wanted to get one. I couldn't find one exactly what I wanted. Because you can get ones that have on the block that goes on the CPU, it actually displays the CPU temperature, which I think is really cool. If you'll pardon the expression. I couldn't find one in the right price range and with the right features, so I I got this one instead. Right, hang on. This thing is enormous. I won't tell you again. Oh, come on. Out you come. Oh. Out the box. Oh my Lord. Good grief. Oh. Right, get rid of that. Okay. Right, so we've got our 3 fans, our radiator. That's the block for the CPU. Right, we need to figure out. Oh wow, that's really cool. Look, I don't know if you can see that. It's got the thermal paste already applied. That's very cool. I like that. Right. So we need all of this stuff because we need to figure out which one is which. Does this not have? I'm hoping there'd be some kind of instructions in here, but apparently not. Really? There's no instructions. Oh no, there we go. Ah, God, I thought. Oh no, that's safety, compliance, and warranty information. That's no bloody good. I want to know which, because they give you all these brackets, you see, and I want to know which bracket to use. Right, that says Intel, so it's not that one. It must be this one, B360. That's a B650. B3, is it? Hang on. Oh. Oh, God, this is awful. AMD standoff, thumb nut, Intel standoff, screws. Right, hang on. Oh. Oh. This is where I find out I have to take the motherboard out again. Oh, get off. Right. How does this work? Anybody got any clues? Some instructions would be really useful, you know, just saying. Right, hang on a minute. Right, that says Intel backplate, so it's definitely not that. Those are the fans. Oops. Oh. Oh, AMD bracket, there we go. Right, how does this work? Ah, right, now I think what we need to do, so that should line up, yeah. So this is the same hole pattern as those screws there that are there for the stock heatsink. So I do. Right, so now it's time to put the fans on. So when we put these fans on, we want to have the fan facing us, if that makes sense, because we want it blowing that way. So we've also got to think about all this wire that's on here, which is not ideal, but we need these for the lights and to actually make the fan work. So we've got two sets of wires on here. These, oh, hang on. So these ones are for the RGB, for the LEDs, and this one is for the fan itself. And then both of them have these like daisy chain connectors. So to put these on, we've got a special screw. It's one of these. So you can see it's a long standoff screw that basically goes all the way through and out the other side, and then that screws into the thing. But we also have some washers as well, so there's a washer that goes with it as well, like that. But we'll just pop that in there. Oh, one quick final point actually before I put these fans on. They come packed in paper bags. I really like that. Very good. Obviously there's plastic. There is some plastic packaging in it, but most of it is cardboard and paper. So well done, Corsair. Good for you. Right, now the fun really begins, because we've got to start wiring this thing. This is going to be hilarious. So I'm going to start by wiring in the fans. So I've got a sneaking suspicion, because on the other radiators that I fitted, the pump was actually in the radiator, and I think in this one the pump is actually in the in this block. So we've got two wires on here. One is for the fan, and then one is for the RGB, for the lights. So I'm going to plug this into the system fan, because I want this running all the time. So, but we'll come back to that in a minute. So, but that's just to give you an idea of where we're going to go. Now, we also need to wire in these fans at the bottom, and obviously the fans for the radiator. Now, they don't need to be wired into the same place. Now, I've got a couple of extension leads that came with it. So, because obviously these have different connectors on them, because of course they do. These have like these weird, I don't know what they are. But what we're going to do is we are going to plug this in here. Is that actually which way around does it go? I think it goes that way round. Does it go that way around, or does it go the way around? It must go that way around. There we go. So we're going to put that in there, and then we're going to take the other end, which has three connectors on it. So it has a female for the RGB, a male for the RGB, and a female for the fans. And what we're going to do is we're going to run that out through this hole in the bottom here, because what we want to do is get all of this out of the way. So we're just going to pop that through there like that. Just thread that all the way through, and we'll sort that out at the back in a minute. So that goes like that. We'll make sure these wires are down out of the way for a minute. And the next thing we're going to do is just here. I don't know if you can see that on the side there. It says Sys Fan 3 pump. So we're going to take this from this block and we are going to plug that on there. Now, which way around does it go? That way. So that goes on there like that. And then the RGB, we're going to put that out through one of these holes at the top here, probably this one at the back here. We'll just pop that over the top there for a minute, like that. Now the wires for these fans over here, I've already tucked through the side. So now we're going to turn this round. Oh, actually, one more thing we need to do on this side first, before I forget. We've got an extension lead for the RGB, and down here at the bottom we have a RGB 2.3, 2.1. So we're going to first we're going to poke this through there. Go on, get in there. We'll pull the rest of that through in a minute. And we are going to plug that into there. Like that. Right, now, do you know what the funny thing is? This camera can see in here way better than I can, because this is like, it's like boosting the light levels. I can barely see in there. This is clear as day. So if it looks like I'm scrabbling around, that's why. Anyway, right, let me turn the case around. So these are the wires that I've just pulled through. So this is the one from the fans in the bottom. This is the one from the IO. So, or the RGB rather. So what we want to do is we want to, I've got to see which way round. I might have done this, I might have to rewire this. I might have done this backwards, hang on. Yeah, because we want the male one through here. I'm going to have to rewire that, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is pull that little bit off of there. We plug this into here, like that. And then what we want to do, oh no, we're all right. We're all right. So we now take this male and we plug that into here. And that now gives us RGB power and ground and control to everything. So now what we need to do is we need to plug in these fans, and I've got to think about how to do this, because I do have one extension cable. Right, let me just turn this back round for a second. Actually, the other thing we need to do is get all these wires here figured out as well. These are all the wires for the case, so we need to get all those put through as well, but I'll figure those out in a minute. Just tuck those in the back of there for a second. Right, let's turn this back round again. Try to belt the camera if I do that.
Dear
Oh, it's you. Was that you banging around out there?
No, I was a pigeon.
Oh.
Bye.
Wait, you want to see what I'm doing?
We've only got 4 minutes. Well, my dinner's ready.
I'm building your PC.
Ooh, mine. I can't see then. It's a surprise, isn't it?
Well,
What the hell is it?
the print failed terribly. My daughter's just arrived. Hello, Katie.
Hello, Katie.
This is your PC.
Is it supposed to be a surprise?
What? What do you mean surprise? You picked it. It's not a surprise. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning, it's her 16th birthday. So everybody say happy birthday to Katie.
Happy birthday, Katie.
I'll put your radiator in.
Ooh.
I'm now just I'm going to create and then solve a rat's nest of wiring.
Okay. Have fun. Bye.
Come on then, clear off. I've been in there.
Okay.
Well, what? What are you staying or not?
Oh. No, I've only got 4 minutes for my dinner's ready.
Oh, okay.
And I want to go on and oh. The entire floor is a trip hazard.
Well, yeah. I had a rather terrible print failure the other day. Well, this morning actually, and
He's on the floor.
there's like a massive rat's nest of filament all over the floor. But anyway, that's beside the point. So yes, what we need to do. That I bet you any money like that's not going to be long enough, is it? Right, which is the fan? Oh. That's the fan. All right, poke that back through there. No, there's no way is that going to reach, is it? Of course it's not going to reach. Oh, really? So what I want to do is I want to get this plugged into there, to the CPU fan. And it's not going to reach. Because of course it's not going to reach. But what I also need to do is get the other, like the 3 bottom fans plugged into the system fan here. Let's see if that will reach, because if that will reach, right, let's try some. Oh, actually, I need to sort those out as well, don't I? Oh, I've missed one of the RGBs. Hang on, the one for the CPU. Hang on. Oh. Oh, God, this case is heavy. Oh, it's all the glass that's in it. Right. The nice thing about all this is it all daisy chains, so it's actually not that bad. So if we just pull those apart, pull that off of there, and then we want to get that in there, and then that in there. There we go. That's it. Now we can poke that through there. I think we might be all right here, actually. Oh, right. Hang on a minute. If any of you ever built a PC, you know exactly what's going on here. Just trying to figure out where the hell everything goes. Right. We need that through there. Just bend that over there so it stays there for a minute. Right, hang on. Right, poke that back through there. Yeah, it's kind of annoying having to use this massive extension cable, but It's it is what it is, you know. That's one of the nice things about this case is there's so much space back here. Right, let's poke that through there. And we plug that into there. Right, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Ugh. Turn this round again. Ugh. Okay, so we want to plug this one into the system fan, because we want those fans to come on basically when the PC comes on. And then we plug this one into the CPU fan like that. So that will control these three fans here. Oh yeah, so that one there will control the fans on the radiator, and this one will control the fans down here at the bottom. And then this one will control the pump. Easy. What was hard about that? Right, and on that cheerful note, I'm going in for my dinner. So we'll sort the rest of this out later. Oh, absolute rat's nest. Anyway, it's all going swimmingly. Right, so the next thing we need to do is run the case wires. So let me just turn this round again. Oh. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so we want the USB 3 connector, which is up here. Hang on. Oh. That's this one here. So we will come in through here. We'll try and get these other wires out the way. So we'll just push those to the back like that. That goes through like that. Goes like that. It's kind of annoying because it's kind of a chonky wire, so you can't really bend it very much, but that's all right. Now we've got the ribbon cable with, let's see now, USB and audio. Okay, so we want to run this in through the bottom here. Oh. So we'll just push that wire down out of the way. That's one. That's the other. Right. So this is USB. I think that's the audio one there. We'll double check that in a second. And then the other ones are for the various switches and things. Oh, all right. We're going to put those through the same hole because they need to go onto this bank here. So let's just turn this back round. Yeah, this is going to be interesting because the USB is here and the audio is all the way back here. But we can separate these ribbon cables, and it will actually go quite a way. So, right, okay, that's not the end of the world. So what we'll do is we'll put the audio back through like that. Now, front USB. Now, with this front USB, there's a blank off pin there. So that basically goes like that. Just push that back through like that. Now, we want to get the other wire through back here. There is a nice little hole there we can use. I won't tell you again. Just push that wire down. Oh. Through like that, and again we've got a pin blanked off there, which means we can only plug this on one way, which is ideal. And that goes on like that. Okay, now we take our front switches. Hard drive, plus and minus. So that needs to go that way round, because of course it needs to go the other way up. Like that. Get on there. Go on you go. That's that. Okay, power, LED minus, negative is that one. And the positive is that one. Okay, and we want the power switch is next to those. Like that. And then the reset switch goes underneath that. Like that. There we go. I've got a sneaking suspicion actually these two are in the wrong place. Because this one on the end says power LED plus and minus. So I think that actually goes there. Oh, not there. Plus like that. There we go. Okay. Out there. And then we can pull the excess cable back through. Like that. Marvellous. Right. Wonderful stuff. Right, that's all going swimmingly. So now we have kind of reached a bit of an impasse. Right, so the next thing we need to do is fit the SSD, which goes up here, because once we can't put the graphics card in, because as you can see, that's where the graphics card goes. Once that's in, we'll never be able to get to that, so we need to put the SSD in next and then put the graphics card in. Right, due to unforeseen circumstances, it's now a couple of days later. You'll also have to excuse my voice. I have picked up some horrible lurgy and I haven't been able to speak for 2 days, so that was fun. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fit the SSD. This is the hard drive. This was one of the things that slowed this whole thing down. This took way longer to arrive than it should have done, but you know, it is what it is. The thing that's kind of slightly annoying about this, I bought this particular one because it has a heatsink on it, not realising that the motherboard already has a heatsink, but that's fine. They do also give you a little screwdriver and the screw, so that's nice. Let me see if I can get into this without dumping it all over the floor. Right. Let's see how well their little screwdriver works, if I can actually get it out of the packaging. Right. Oh, blimey, that's done up tight. God, that's done up really tight. That screwdriver's not going to work. I need a bigger screwdriver. Hang on a minute. Right, got a better screwdriver and a cup of tea because, you know. Anyway, let's see if we can get this off with this. There we go. Right. Oh, that's actually captive. That screw, that's quite handy. Oh, I see. There's a thermal pad here with a sticky bit on it. Right, so I have to remember to take that off. Okay, so... Oh. Now, I'm going to have to take this heatsink off of here, aren't I? Although I suppose I could fit it without, because I mean, this has a heatsink, so I could just keep this heatsink. I'll put this on without the heatsink, that's fine. Right, so that goes... How does that go in there? Hang on a minute. I've actually never used one of these before, one of these type of SSDs, so I'm not quite sure how it goes on. Oh. Does that just... Right, that goes in like that. And then just, ah, there we go, like that. Right, you stay there for a minute. I didn't realise actually, because I say they give you this, they give you a screw to hold it on with, but in the box that the motherboard came in, they actually give you there was a bag with a little tiny screw in it, and I thought, what's that for? And it's for this. Oh, they've put a sticker over it to keep the screw in the box, and I can't get the sticker off. There we go. There it is. Right, this is going to be hilarious trying to get this screw into here. Oh, this is never going to work. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Might need a little bit of like blue tack or something. Hang on a minute. Right. So what we'll do is we'll take a little bit of blue tack and put that on there like that. And then we'll pop that on like that. And there we go. There you go, that worked. Wonderful stuff. Right, now the next thing is the graphics card, which I've put somewhere. There it is. Oh, right. So for a graphics card, we have this. This is a Radeon RX 7600 XT, 16 gigabytes of RAM. So that should be more than adequate for her needs. In fact, it's kind of funny actually, because the way things are going, my daughter's going to have the most powerful PC in the house. Handle the PCI Express graphics card with care to avoid causing damage during insertion or removal. Yes. Right. Oh, this is a chonky boy. Wow. There we are. Now, we need to open that. I need to get rid of all of this. Oh, this is really done in a great way. Oh, now it's all stuck to my fingers, because of course it is. Right, so we need to remove 2 slots. Let me just put this in here. So we need to take off this one and this one. Right, let's just pop that down for a second, very carefully. Because we need to take these off. And we need to take off this one. Oh. Oh, there we go. That's one. And that's 2. Right, now we can pop this in. Oh. It's a huge card, but it's not very heavy. That's nice, because some of these cards can be really heavy. Right, so pop that in. Oh, I've got to take that off as well. Right, hang on a second. Oh, come on. Oh, okay. Right, now we can put it in. Right, get in there. That's good. Now we need a screw. I think the trouble is it's where it's been powder coated, it's gummed all the threads up. Right, there we go. Right, that's that in. So what we need to do now is put all of the wires in. This is going to be great fun. Let me get all the wires run, and then I think we might be ready to turn this thing on. Right, give me a sec. Right, well, that's got all the power leads plugged in. This is a bit awkward, this one. This was a nuisance because I had to take the fan out to get this through, but so now I've got to put the fan back in, but that's all right. We'll just pop that back in. But aside from that, it all went fairly well. It's a nice thing about these modular power supplies is that they're fairly straightforward. Because back in the day, you would have a power supply that would have had all of this hanging off of it as well. Whereas now we literally just plug in the leads that we need, and that's the end of it. So I think, and I know that's dangerous, but I think we might be ready to try and switch this thing on and find out if I've done it right or whether I'm going to blow the whole thing up. Let me just get these last couple of screws in and we'll see how it goes. All right. We'll tie that wire up in a minute. There's a so this wire here is kind of flopping around a bit, but I can tie that up in a minute, and this will actually bend down out of the way. It's going to be touching the side of the case, but there's nothing I can do about that. So yeah, it would be nice if they made these with like a right angled plug so that it went down or up, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so let's find the plug lead, and then we'll plug it in and see if it works or if it's going to blow up. Right, let me find the cable, hang on. Right, the plug is plugged in. We will turn on the power supply. Oh, there was a flicker of green light there. Okay, power on. That fan is not spinning. I think it's because that cable was touching it. Oh, there we go. I was just going to say the lights aren't working, but there it goes. Oh, the LED light flashed. I think we're in business. I need to get rid of that cable, but that's all right. I didn't tie any of the cables up yet because I wanted to make sure everything was working first. Right, the fans are spinning on the thing, on the graphics card, I think we're in business. So let me switch this off again. There we go. And tidy all this cabling up, then I think we can wrap this up. Wonderful stuff. And here is our finished article. This was a fun little build. It's always nice just, you know, throw a PC together quickly. It's been interesting, you know, like using the onboard SSD, which is something I've never done before. The price was a bit, you know, enough to make you cough, but you know, that's AI for you. Thanks, AI. Anyway, yes, I think this will make a suitable 16th birthday present for my daughter, and it will get her being able to play her games, you know, a little bit better than she can now. So yes, hopefully you've all enjoyed this video. As ever, I'd like to thank my top tier patrons, Howard, Amy, Chris and Y Clive O, for their continued support, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers. Bye.